Dear learners, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Mitesh Jadhav and I'm going to be your instructor for Excel Power Tool series. In the last session, we have learned how to get the data from Excel worksheets from table or range. In this video, we are going to learn how to get the data from another workbook Excel spreadsheet file. So let's get the practical. I hope you have downloaded the folder which I have given you in the download link. If you open the folder, you will see a file named EPT 102 use queries to get and transform data from Excel. Now, whenever we are extracting an data from another workbook file, first of all, we need to understand that what the data is all about. So if you see, I'm having one Excel spreadsheet file called training schedule.xlsx. If you see the extension, it's a Microsoft Excel worksheet. Now, first of all, let's try to understand the data by opening this spreadsheet into Microsoft Excel. Just double click on the training schedule file and let's understand first the data. Now, when you open the file, please click on enable editing so that you can edit the file. And if you see, first of all, we need to check out the data. If you see, the data is not in a table format. There is no table which is inserted. If you see the first row is entirely blank. So there is no data actually in the first row. If you see, the data starts from second row and my data is actually residing in rows and columns. I'm having headers and each header is a unique one. There are no double record inside the single column, but I have some ambiguity in my data where the data is recorded something like this. The first column is location. Location is my header, and below that I'm having some data where the data is only recorded in the first row, and below all the cell there is blank, there is no value. Now, the system is recording the data in such a way that it only puts the data into first row. So basically, I want this data to be repeated in all this row. Similarly, I'm having whenever there is a change in my data, so there is one entry in this 12th row, and below that I'm having blank. So first of all, we need to identify the pattern inside the data. And suppose if we are not knowing it, then we need to ask that what is the pattern into that data to the concerned authority. Now here I can see that all the values must be repeated up till 11th row. Then Melbourne should be repeated in 13 and 14, and again they should be repeated up till 17th row. Now there is another variable called date. Date is a separate format or a data type in which it is recorded as a calendar. We'll see what calendar is. Then we have something known as course code. If you see, this is a number data and it is residing on the left hand side alignment. If you see, is on the left hand side alignment. So basically this is a text data. Then we have something known as course name. Course name basically it's a text data and it is residing on the left hand alignment. Similarly, we are having instructor code, but there's a blank value. If you see, the instructor is not assigned over here, and in which room the training is going to be conducted, that is listed in the room column. So this is typically our data set that we need to import and create a query into our workbook file. So now let's close this file. This is the original data file which we need to import it. Now we need to work in this file EPT102. Let's open this file EPT102 use queries to get and transform data from Excel workbook file. Let's double click on it, open the file. Click on enable editing. Now this time click on enable content also. Now this time we have been told that a training sheet is created and title is also given training schedule, and in this A3 cell I need to report my query over here. So this time specifically it is told that I have to create my query in A3 cell address only, right? So now whenever we import the data from another workbook file, so what we are going to do, let's understand it. First of all, let's go to data, then we have go to get data option. Now since the data is coming from another workbook file, we have to go into the option called from file. If you see, there is a bunch of list of files which are available. So general format is like Excel workbook file, text CSV, XML, JSON, from PDF, then from folder and SharePoint folder. Our file is Excel workbook file. So we will select from Excel workbook file. Let's click on it. Now we need to navigate to the file which we have kept up. I have kept on desktop, unit 1, and the file name is training schedule. So you have to navigate it to the file where you have put in your location. Mine is in EPT unit 1, that is training schedule. Just find out the location and select the file training schedule and click on import. Once the file gets import, you will see something known as navigator window. Navigator window will tell you that which is the file. So if you see over here, training schedule.xlsx, that is the name of file that is getting fetched. Inside the file, there is only one sheet. It's called sheet 1. Let's click on it, single click on it. If you click on it, you will see some kind of a preview will be shown over here. So it is stating that what kind of output will be visible when you import this data into Power Query. So if you see, automatically it has taken the third row, which was location, date, course code, course name, instructor as a header, and below that it has taken some record. Now whatever the data it takes, we need to select this option called transform. So first we have to get the data. The second option is the transformation process. Let's click on transform data. So the moment when you click on transform data, the entire data from that file will be extracted and loaded into Power Query editor window. Now, one thing you have to notice that once you load the data, on the left hand side, you see the applied step. There are some by default steps which are implemented whenever you import any query. You will see something known as change type. What system is going to do based on the header, it is automatically going to select the data type. Now, if you see over here, location, since it was text data, it has taken text. ABC refers to as a text data type. But if you see over here, date, it has taken date format. That is also correct. But if you see the course code, now the course code are basically used for identification. Basically, we are not going to perform any arithmetic operation on course code. Hence, the data type should be text. So if you see this text numeric test, the whole number data type has been applied automatically by this step, change type. So whenever we import any data into Power Query Editor window, first of all, we have to delete this step, which is change type. It's a by default step in any file. When we load it, it's getting applied, because this will create a problem when we want to reuse this query. The first thing is to give a sensible name to this query. If you see the name of this query, sheet 1, you remember the name of worksheet will be fetched as a name of the query inside this query settings. So let's rename this query. I am giving this name course schedule. Now remember, in query, you are allowed to write down single space. In table name, you're not allowed to put a single space. Here in query name, you can give course, then single space, and then schedule. Now, let's go one by one. Here we need to transform our data in such a way that our data should final data should come as a structured data. Let's go one by one. So if you see the location column, here I want all the values to be filled down because this value is recorded only in the first cell and subsequent all this value are kept as a null. But we know that this value must be repeated downwards. So to make this transformation, let's select the location column. Then we will go to transform ribbon. Just click on transform. Then we are going to find out this option called fill in the any column group. In any column group, you will find this option called fill. Now there are two options. One is down value and one is up value. Fill down is going to downward fill all the values inside the cell, and up value is going to fill up value in the cell. As of now, we want to fill all down values. So what will happen? This cell is going to fill down the values. So if you see, this signal will be repeated in the second row, 10th will be repeated in 11th, 13 will be repeated in 14th. Again, it will repeat the process. Second, it will repeat in third, then 11 will repeat in 12th, and 14 will repeat in 15th. Now here you see pattern will stop, but here it will continue. Why? Because there are still null values. So fourth will repeat to 5, 5 will repeat to 6, 7, 8 and subsequent. Right? Now along with this, we also need to specify data type. So let's select appropriate data type. Since this is a text value, I need to select the data type text. ABC is a icon which states that it's a text data type. Let's go for date. In date, if you click on this one, if you see ABC123, ABC123 refers to as a general file format. But we have to specifically tell to the system that what kind of data exists inside this attribute. So just select this one and you will see something known as date time, date, time, date time zone and duration. Here I am having date as a data type. You see the symbol is of calendar. When I say calendar, it includes year, month and day. Now let's go to course code. If you see the data is in number, there is 5-digit number which represents what? Course code. Now since this is a number data, but the operations that we are going to perform is null because we cannot actually apply any arithmetic function on nominal scale data. On any identification number, we cannot do either summation or average. So hence, since we cannot perform any operation, we'll always select this as a text data type. Remember, number is having a possibility that the data type might be text, but text will never be a number. Text will always be a text. Say for example, course name. Course name will always be a text data type. Similarly, instructor code. The data is numbered one, but the data type can be text. So let's select this one, data type and text. Let's again select ABC123, select it, and we are going to select text. Okay. Now here we can see that there is a null value. So once we identify the null value, actually we have to inform to the concerned authority that there is some missing value into it, right? So they will update that value and will get automatically the updated value in our system. Now, so let's just check out all the columns with data type. So location, it's a text data and we are having text data type. Then we have date, date data type, course code, we have text data type, course name, it's a text data and text data type, instructor code, text data, number data and text data type, and then we have room and text data type. Let's say for example, our transformation is done. So extraction is done, transformation is done. Now the third part is loading. So let's go to home. In home, you will see on the left hand side close group. In the drop down button, you will see close, close and load and close and load. Remember, whenever you want to load the data for the first time, you need to go to this option only, close and load to. Let's select close and load. Now, you see, I want my data in a table format. And this time, I've been told to put my data into A3 cell into this existing worksheet. So that's why I will choose this option called existing worksheet. And I have to select the cell in which it is going to be there. If you see, A3 is automatically selected. Why? Because my cell was in A3. But we need to specifically categorically select A3 cell. So we'll see some VB coding will be done. Training schedule exclamation dollar a dollar three. Now specifically I'm telling to the system, you go to the training schedule worksheet, and in that you go to A3 cell and put my query over here. This is the most important thing. Whenever you are going to um, load any query into the existing worksheet, make sure that you check out this code whether it is running appropriately or not, because any error into this selection will not allow you to load your query. So let's click on OK. Once you click on it, what system is going to do? System is going to go, you will see in A3 cell my query is loaded. You see it's a lavender color, table style, medium 7. The theme is applied. You can see the query tab which is visible over here. Now see the most important thing. If you see, my query is with lavender color. Now let's first of all save this file. EPT102, I am just saving it. Now this is a query that I have generated and it is in my system. Now let's say for example I'm closing this file. Now I get to know that there is some blank value inside this training schedule. Now let's open the training schedule. Let's double click on it and open training schedule file. Now say for example, somebody updates this file and resend to us. Say for example, I am just randomly putting any value 99999. Okay. And let's just press enter and I am saving this file. Okay. And I am closing it. Basically, I have updated this file. Now I have created my query into EPT102. Now let's again open this file EPT102, in which I have created the query based on this file. I have extracted training schedule file and I have created a query in my 102 file. Now, if you see, I have already updated the training schedule file, the spreadsheet file. But if you see, the value is still not showing over here, and the reason is queries are not automatically updated. We have to manually refresh the query. How we can do this thing? You can go inside the query anywhere, right click on the contextual menu and then hit the refresh button. Or what you can do is go to this query tab, and here we have the option to refresh the query. So just click on it and refresh. You see what procedure is going to happen. It is again going to get into that file. Then again it is going to run all the step inside the query, and it is going to load my entire new query over here, and you will see the updated value 999, which is has been appeared over here, right? So the main purpose of query is to make automated workflow, right? This is a pipeline that you are creating it. Now every time when you have a new data, you don't need to create a query over here, right? Just right click it, refresh it, whatever data is there, automatically it will be updated over here and your structured data will be shown to you. So this is creating a query from another workbook Excel file. This is very helpful when there is an automative or repetitive task that has to be done on same file format. Suppose if you are receiving an file which is coming from some system and on daily basis you have to do the analysis, then you can create a query and then you can run this query and you can reuse this query to automate your workflow. So I hope you understand the importance of creating a query from another workbook file. Now, so I hope you got the idea that how we can create a query from another workbook file. This is very helpful in automating your workflow task. Now, in the next session, we are going to learn getting the data from database. This is also one of the new options, and it is great when you have the data files that is coming from database. So I hope you like my video. And if you want more such of videos to be uploaded on YouTube, then please kindly like my video, comment below in the section. If you have any kind of query, please share the video to your fellow mates, and please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you get the most updated video and recent notifications. So I hope that you will get new video soon. And thank you, and I will see you in the next video.